Alright, I have coffee. I'm awake. Sort of. Morning, Lou. Morning, everybody else.
Any luck figuring out how to open the door in the basement? I looked everywhere for the code.
Alright, let's talk to him about all this other stuff first.
We've always been cut off from the rest of the world, even before Girion Yankel's dictatorship. Everyone acts surprised when Sabinians and Palamists rip each other apart. Isolation has terrible consequences on individuals. Imagine what it can do to an entire population. In fact, you don't have to. Look around. There are plenty of examples of such consequences. It's like Hadia is a science experiment gone awry, meant to teach the rest of the world a lesson. After witnessing and hearing of atrocities being committed all over Hadia, it only seems to fill my spirit with dark thoughts. One thought stands out from the rest, though. Whatever these creatures are, we deserve them.
Okay.
I have nothing but good to say about them. They're the first outsiders I ever met. They were very friendly to everyone and very helpful. Lieutenant Rue gave me a few odd jobs here and there. Her men taught me how to play football. I had a blast, as did some of the kids in Jofa. They organized a small tournament, which helped us forget about the political tensions flaring up. I feel sorry for Lieutenant Rue, though. She lost all her men. They were all very close, especially with Rojo and Typhon. I should check in on her soon.
And the Sabinians?
My father was Sabinian. I'm a freak occurrence in Hadia. I belong to both worlds. I think the Sabinians got lost in their so-called progressiveness. They seem to have lost touch with their roots. If you go far enough into history, Sabinians were all Palamists at one time. I think it's important to know where you're from. It might humble some of the pride and temper reckless ambitions.
What about Palamists?
Don't tell anyone, but my mom was a Palamist. I attended Mass and participated in some of the rituals. It made my mother happy. But I grew out of it. Now that I think about it, that's when my life took a turn for the worse. Vitalis helped me out of that hole I had dug for myself. However, I would be a liar if I said that my faith didn't play a big part in my recovery. I'm happy to say that I stand in his gaze again. And yes, I admit it. I pray to him at times, especially for Vitalis' safe return.
What about the creatures?
Vitalis had a relapse a while back. I helped him through it. He let a few things slip out, though. It didn't make much sense then, but I started connecting the dots when I crossed the marsh. He spoke of these creatures. He said that they were coming. He called it the Calamity. He said they were the physical manifestation of malevolent human emotions, and war was their doorway into our world. I figured it was the alcohol talking. I sure as hell believe him now.
Interesting. Okay, let's just start at the bottom here. Can you tell me more about Vitalis?
Can you tell me more about Vitalis?
I forgot he has
Vitalis
his own
was
voiceovers
haunted
for
by the
these.
past and anxious about the future. He was often away, sometimes for months at a time. After seeing the destruction of the war and the creature's sudden appearance, I now understand why he was so preoccupied.
What about... Yeah.
Do you know the woman in the pictures?
Whoever she is, she seems to be a painful memory. Vitalis became angry whenever I asked about her, and he would shut me out completely. So I dropped it.
What do you make of this note?
Vitalis never mentioned a journalist. I know where the Weeping Knight is, though. It's in the Vyssa Hills. It's a large statue of a Sabinian knight holding another fallen in combat. I'm surprised it's still around, considering it's in the Palamist province. It's nestled under a large weeping willow tree. People often light candles and leave pictures of their loved ones at the foot of the statue.
Hmm.
What do you know about the vigil?
Vitalis told me about the vigil, but not in detail. Before he left, he promised to explain everything upon his return.
Any idea what Captain Voss is up to?
My best guess is that he's thieving. Be careful when dealing with Voss. Men like him are unpredictable, which makes Voss very dangerous. I'm only alive because I'm useful to him. Thanks Etheris, too. Otherwise, I'd be dead or, worse, shipped off to a prison camp.
What is going on with Abbot Jaffer?
When I left to find Vitalis, they kept him in a small house in the center of town, exposing him like that in the open. Captain Voss wants to send a message to whoever remains in Jova. I'll find a way to get him some water when the guard is distracted. It's all I can do for him. Whatever Captain Voss wants from Abbot Jaffer, he won't stop until he gets it.
Okay.
You know anything about this necklace?
Vitalis has one too, though it's not quite the same. I noticed some of his friends wore similar ones around their necks. They call themselves the Vigil. I think they're made of limbic shards like your weapons, but I'm not sure. The weapons, the necklaces, and the vigils are all connected somehow. I guess Vitalis left out some lessons.
Sounds like it.
What are these weapons?
They're called limbic weapons. But to do so, I need
Oops.
limbic shards. And Vitalis wouldn't tell me where the shards come from. He kept a small stash hidden behind the red toolbox. Go get it, and I'll show you what I can do.
Let me click that again, because I missed that first line of dialogue.
What are these weapons?
They're called limbic weapons. Vitalis told me that they were intricately tied to this country's history. He taught me how to repair and enhance them. But to do so, I need limbic.
Okay.
He kept a small stash hidden behind the red toolbox.
Right, the red toolbox.
Can you tell me more about yourself?
When I met Vitalis, I was in a very dark place. If it wasn't for him, chances are I'd either be a criminal or dead. Face down in a ditch somewhere. But Vitalis saw something in me. He gave me focus, discipline, and skills. Skills that would one day serve a great purpose.
Okay, red toolbox. I also have a new area I can travel to with the APC. I can now craft and upgrade limbic equipment. Behind the red toolbox. Oh, these are what those shards are for. Okay, perfect. That's what I assumed. Oh, hello. I'm gonna have to go back downstairs and see if that, before I do the upgrades. Be right back, kiddo. We should save. Because there was that box which had the shards that you can put in, not the shards, the levers thingies. Got a new glyph. Ooh, I got a heal. Now, so good to know. This answered my question about can you take the shards out once you've used them? Not the shards, I'm sorry. The rock, those rods, those crystal rods, whatever they are. You cannot take them out once they've been used. So, That's good to know. Alright. So that means I don't have to go back to that tower and try to get the other ones because they're already used. I won't be able to get them out. Good to know. Okay, now let's check out the crafting here. Craft.
How can I help?
You can improve a weapon using limbic shards. You can currently upgrade weapons to grade 3. I can imbue my defensive gear up to grade 2. He can weave consumables using shards. He can study. And he has a record of known glyphs. He can inscribe them onto weapons or a matching sphere. Ooh, I haven't found a sphere yet. Neutral glyphs can be inscribed into all weapons. Oh, that's interesting. So I have no relevant items for him to study. Oh, that's interesting. In order to upgrade a weapon to grade 2, a limbic sphere must be chosen. Hang on, so right now I'm at grade 1. So this, I guess essentially what this means is that these additional weapons that you could find, you could imbue with different spheres. Or different emotions. So you could have a sword for terror, a sword for anguish, a sword for grief, and allow you to glyph those swords out in different ways. That's very interesting. Joe says, I know there's no minimap or quest markers, but have you noticed any kind of environmental elements, such as lighting, paint on walls, or etc. to guide you into important locations? No. No. There is jack shit guiding you anywhere. The only thing you'll get is if there's an interactable object or door or something, it will have a faint green, like, sheen to it. That means it's an interactable object, but, and then, like, things that you can pick up have, like, a little glow. It's like green for, I can't remember exactly. It's like red for shards, green for like lore notes, and then there's white, which is like story notes, or maybe it's white is the lore notes and green is the story notes. But no, there's no environmental anything. Nope. You'll see points of interest, and that's it. You'll be like, oh, that looks cool. What's over there? And then you go over there, and it's like, oh, here's a tomb. So at this point, I just need to figure out what sphere I want to put things in, and that means going back to my glyphs and figuring out, well, what glyphs do I want to use on my on my axes? Excuse me. That's like a AoE dot, sounds like. That's a dodge back with a stun effect. That's a set and trigger. that's something in front of me. Well, out of curiosity, what if I click something? Yeah, so he can't do anything with the shards he doesn't know. That's like a ranged attack. Honestly, that's probably like what those things have been shooting at me. That's a pull mechanic, and it stuns them when it gets to me. So I could reach out, pull a mob, it's stunned when it arrives, and then beat it up with my axes. That honestly sounds pretty cool. That has a 5-meter explosion radius. That might be nice. It sounds to me like I need to probably go rage with the axes.
I'm getting good at this.
Now, before I do anything, yep, I need to add glyphs to my weapon. I definitely want that healing glyph. Now the question is, I still don't know how to use the glyphs though. Oh, so they're over on the left. I see. So the right is my drone, and the left is my weapons. Okay, that'll take some getting used to, but that's good to know.
What needs my attention?
Can I upgrade my glyphs? No. I'm not going to upgrade my defensive gear at the moment. Let's upgrade my weapon again.
The Taoists would be proud.
Yeah, that's as far as I can upgrade that weapon. He can only go to rank 3 at the moment.
I'm getting good at this.
And he can only take the defensive gear up to rank 2 at the moment.
The Taoists would be proud.
Okay. Alright, well that's all I can do with him at the moment.
Any luck figuring out how to open the door in the basement?
I did, but apparently I don't tell him about that. Okay, so the only clue I have is the next zone over. Would be where we go for that. Oh, that's a hold to heal. Okay, that's going to be hugely useful. Okay, that's pretty dope. Alright, I have a whole bunch of clues now. The Weeping Knight statue. Yeah, that's the one I gotta go to. The ON convoy left the village of Jova. They have an outpost in the northeastern part of Jova. They must return online to... Oh, I still need to find them. Let's, yeah, I'm not gonna go to the next zone yet. This is the meeting between a journalist and vigils at the Weeping Knight. But the Weeping Knight is the next zone over. I don't want to go there yet, but I do want to track this. That's the ON convoy. It's the northeast. Northeastern part of Jova. Alright. What's up, Heinrich? Joe says, going through older games, have to add this to the list of games to try out when I'm ready for something new. Nice. Alters or KCD2? Alters is a much shorter experience than KCD2, but they're both fun games. John Kuhn says, I've been respecting my entire party in BG3 since 2. Nice.
Come back later. I need to rest.
Northeast. So I need to get past those ruins, but I still don't know how to get through that locked gate yet. I bet I can go around it though. Oh, I might not be able to get around it. Oh, I almost fell off. This is northeast. Oh, no, I hit the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing. Dude, upgrading the weapon is a huge deal. Big difference once you've upgraded the weapon. Ah, I need rods for that. I only need one though. Like a square rod. Have to remember how to back to there. That's blocked off. I have no frame of reference because this looks like the ON caravan and it got blown up. So did I miss something in here earlier? Yeah, it definitely got blown up, so... Oh, I didn't observe this when I was here last time. There we go. So that cleared the ON convoy quest, I bet. Yep. Okay. Well, I have pretty much cleared everything related to the main quest in this zone. The only thing left would be... I don't know what that sphere is. And like if I want to get the key to get into the captain's house, I would need to get rum or mead to get that soldier drunk. So there's definitely little things. Like there's something over there. Face in the wall. Shit, I missed it. Oh, this is another puzzle. The Hermit. I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 here. Oh, that's interesting. It says a reward may become available for this good deed. I wonder how. I bet I have to go back to my inventory. No, that's 5. This only has 4. I don't think I have any for this one. I have no frame of reference for this. I haven't found any clues related to this, so I have no idea. Hang on, there's something over here. There's a person, and a save point, and a clue. Or supplies. Longtime readers will know that I am no stranger to controversy. I put my neck on the line every single week to bring you, dear readers, the latest and wildest news they don't want you to hear. This week's incredible testimony comes by way of a fellow truth seeker, Mr. Anton Kozina. Mr. Kozina, a resident of Skell, was partaking in his routine weekend hike through the Sinedra Forest. This time it was anything but routine, however. While in the vicinity of the forest's famed fortress, he began to hear strange, unearthly noises from its direction. Knowing to know full well the penalties for trespassing near heritage sites, Mr. Kozina was compelled to investigate. As he approached, the noises became louder and louder, and at the base of the massive tower, and with no further answers to his quandary, he decided to climb. Up he went several stories high before he came to a small opening, and lo, a horrifying sight. And there's a picture of one of the creatures. When I peeked into that window, Cephras saved me. The hairs on my neck stood up. I nearly lost my grip. One thing's for sure, I'm staying the hell away from that place. There you have it, folks. Incontrovertible evidence that we are indeed being lied to by the powers of be. Alright, so that's not a clue to the hermit puzzle. But we do have somebody here who may talk to us. A photographer.
Knew they were coming. The demons. All in the cards, see? I watched them like a hawk. What's going on to the south? Who knows? All connected. Got to find the pattern. Been taking notes. Pictures. Cataloging. All on the wall there. Can't leave, though. Can't leave. Government dogs waiting in the weeds. Want my research. Need a zoom lens. Yes, staying right here. Need close-ups for the wall.
So he's after a zoom lens. Okay. I haven't found any zoom lenses. No, I haven't found... still don't know what that teddy bear is for. We're too early for a Ren scream. I haven't seen a jump scare yet. Oh, damn it. Well, at least they provide me with a save point before I go up to the creepy sphere of death. Time loop discovered. Oh, that's what this is. I gotta get used to my abilities. I have no idea what a time loop is. Do I walk into it? Oh, you do. Well, I saved the game. It's too dangerous to enter. Maybe I have to kill all the entities first? Still too dangerous to enter. Okay. I must need some sort of a... Oh, you know what I bet it's tied to? So you know how around the zone I've been killing mobs, and when I kill the mobs it says you've defeated a time loop guardian? I bet I have to clear every single one of the time loop guardians in the zone before I'm allowed to enter the time loop. That's probably what these things right here, I think these are the time loop guardians. Because they have like the symbol, they have, because look, he's got like a red, I could be wrong. Yep, that was it, a time loop guardian was killed, and see his essence goes back. That's what that is. So I would need to like wander around the zone and kill every single potential see any other monsters around here at the moment. Are there some over here? Yes. Hello, boys. Caffeine ain't working, you need to scream to make up. I wake up. Oh, I wouldn't say that at all, Devon, because this has nothing to do with the Souls-like. And it's on easy mode, like it has an easy mode. Like I'm literally playing on story mode right now. Well, there's still more around, and I'm not sure where, to be honest with you. I feel like I've been just about everywhere in this place that I could be. I don't see any monsters on the horizon. Oh, oh, here's one. That was not a time loop guardian, though. Speaking of caffeine, though, I'm gonna have to go get another cup of coffee here in a minute. This takes me to the water's edge, so I can't go beyond that. That's blocked off. Now I'm like super curious, like where is the last time loop guardian? He's probably locked away in some secret room that I can't get to until I have the right puzzle pieces from some other places. Because nothing in this game has been that straightforward. We're going to do a quick scan of everything. If I don't find anything really... Oh, you know, I know where they are. I know exactly where they are. I know where they are. They're inside this facility that I can't get into because I don't have the code to the door yet. Yeah. I know where they are. Yeah, and I have no code yet to get in here. Yep. There they are right there. There's a guy right there with the blue. Those are the time loop guardians. Yeah. I gotta figure out how to get in here. I've not found any codes anywhere yet. You know what? I bet it would probably be in the captain's quarters, and I haven't figured out how to get in there yet. Well, nooks and crannies. That's what this place is full of, nooks and crannies. More coffee. Chris is telling me. So our great niece slept the night last night, and she's been staying over here a lot the last couple of months, 3 months. But she's staying with us Monday through Fridays now. Last night, Luke and Leia, two of the cats, were inside all night, and Leia is being very jealous. They're both terrified of the kid, but Leia is being very jealous of our niece and our grandniece, and like kept waking Chris up. Come give me attention. Stop giving attention to the girl. You're sleeping with her. Come give me pets. Cats are funny, man. All right. I honestly think I'm gonna go to the next zone. Because I kind of feel like I've done all the things I could do here, or at the very least, all the things I've currently been able to find. And rather than burn out on one area, we're going to go to the next. That was the marshes. Now we're going to go to the Vyssa Hills. Well, I know the statue is what I'm looking for. Wow, this place looks completely different. We got a windmill, we've got a water tower, we've got a ruins up there, the peak of something, I can't see what it is yet. And we've got a road that I can't travel down yet. Let's get to a high point so we get a better lay of the land. Can't get up there. Oh, we got something right here, just like a waypoint. Can't do anything with it. We've got waterfalls. That is like an old, it's like an eagle head maybe? Oh, there's another time loop. I think the only way up there is to go all the way around, it looks like. God, the music is so well done. Oh, there's something down in here. A syringe. I think that other guy said he needed pills. He was looking for pills. But I wonder if I could give that to him. There was a soldier down in that tower. Oh, that's a new one. That was a guardian. Okay. This is a snake, not an eagle head. Okay, I mistook it. I mistook what that was. Oh yeah, Joe California. I'm gonna make a video soon. So I did that video a couple like 3 days ago, maybe on. It was when we were playing No Man's Sky, and somebody made a comment about how No Man's Sky is too grindy, and so we clipped that portion of the video out. That's not creepy at all. Anyway, I clipped that out and I put that up on YouTube, and it's done 8,000 or 10,000 views. You know, it's done well for itself. But there is a bunch of commentary from people who are triggered by the fact that it has an adjustable difficulty rating, and how it's an insult to gamers everywhere when you allow people to play on easy mode. It's like, tell us. Hang on, I gotta pay attention here. Tell us you don't care about people with disabilities at all, you know? That thing's cackling at me. Oh, I missed. Anyway, there's just this. I mean, it's people like, there are people with disabilities. There are kids who play games, like my 7-year-old niece. People like my wife who are first-time gamers. All of those people benefit greatly from games having an accessibility option. You know what? I'll just clip this portion of it out. So that video made me laugh, because that fight I just did as an example. If I were playing that fight on a more difficult challenge rating, you could get a Souls-like experience out of that particular fight if you wanted to. But the reality is that, especially for an indie team, if you're trying to maximize sales, you want to be able to have as many people as possible playing your game. And if you go niche with Souls-like, you're not going to get those numbers. But if you make the game accessible to all people, then you get way more sales. So you've got people with disabilities who can now play the game because there's a story mode or an easy mode or adjustable combat. You have people who are, parents who have purchased a game for the kids and want to have the kids be able to play it, aka No Man's Sky, being able to take that slider and turn the combat off and put it into creative mode. So when people get triggered by that and they make statements like, games with difficulty sliders are the bane of, this is bullshit, this shouldn't be allowed, it's ruining the gaming, you should be required to have skill to play this game, you should be required to put in hundreds of hours to learn how to play. It's like, nah, man, nah, that's not how this works. Like, games are entertainment. They're here to be fun. And when a developer takes the time to put accessibility options in to make it as fun for as many people as possible, that's amazing. I get that there are Souls-like games out there. They're welcome to exist. I'm happy that they exist. I'm happy that they have that market for the people who want it. But I'm always going to gravitate towards games like this, which have an adjustable difficulty where I can say, I want to play on story mode because I don't give a shit about needing to press buttons at the exact time or I get one-shotted. And I'm glad that the option exists so that people who can only play with one hand, or the 12-year-old girl who plays the controller with her feet because she has no hands. I'm glad that games have an accessibility slider for people like her so that she can come in and play the game while using a controller with her fucking feet and be able to still get the same amount of enjoyment out of the game as the person who's playing it on like hardcore mode with all of their fingers and thumbs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that those options exist. I'm glad that a 5-year-old can pick up the controller and play No Man's Sky and not feel like they're going to die because they haven't figured out how to do like space combat, right? Or they don't know how to aim with the controller, so they can't get the pulse spitter to work. You know, or like one of my favorites was watching, when Dragon Age Veilguard came out, it had the God mode, right? So you could put it in God mode and you wouldn't die. There was a girl on TikTok who was disabled. I believe that is the correct terminology. If it's handicapped, please forgive me. I'm not up to speed with all the terminology and I may offend people inadvertently. She had, anyway, she was able to put it on God mode and play a game and get enjoyment out of it. And she was crying in her TikTok video because she was finally able to play a game the way she wanted to play the game, right? And be able to experience a game in a way that didn't make it impossible for her to play. That's why accessibility options exist. And face-to-face with life, fuck off. You're not understanding the conversation. Yeah, but nothing's wrong with your hands, so why do you play on easiest? Here, you know what? That's the perfect time. Hang on. Just a second. We're gonna drop a link in chat. There you go. Merch shop link. I play games on story mode. Why I play games on story mode is none of your concern. Play the game how you want to play the game. I play the game how I want to play the game. Other people play the game how they want to play the game. The best part about games with accessibility options is allowing everybody to play the way that they want to play. And you will always get more customers that way, always. And the argument of, yeah, but look at Elden Rings, it got 12 million sales. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 got more sales than Elden Ring. So did Red Dead Redemption 2. All of those games have accessibility options and story modes. So your argument that one game can sell many copies and that's your definitive proof of like hard mode games are what people want, that's not true. There was an audience built up with Dark Souls. Elden Ring sold well, but there are many other games that have story mode and adjustable difficulties that have sold way more copies than Elden Ring. And as someone with over a decade in games, as a developer and a publisher, I can tell you accessibility options always sell more copies. Always. And I'm always going to err in favor of the games that make it as easy as to play as possible. And I really wish that, like, one of the coolest things Lord of the Rings Online did over the years was add landscape difficulty sliders. So you can go to the NPC now and tell the NPC, this is the experience that I want. And yeah, it's a 20-year-old game at this point, but for players to be able to go in and say, I want to be able to play this game on the easiest story mode, and then somebody else who's a veteran player coming in and saying, I want to crank that difficulty up to level 12. You're right? Like, it's nice that they have the option to do that, and that's what keeps people playing games. So accessibility options, always going to be for the win. Story mode is always the best option for the people who want it. And hard mode is always the best option for those people who want it. And I'm glad for companies like Rogue Factor who take into account the people with disabilities and the people who have accessibility needs and offer those people a way to play the games as well. And also, to go back to the snide dipshit comment about, but you have both your hands, why are you playing a controller? If you had actually been around my channel for any length of time, you'll know I'm older. I have chronic tendonitis in this wrist, which is why I don't play on mouse and keyboard anymore, because WASD, I can lose my hand for like 2 days if I do excessive typing anymore, or WASD stuff. So I play on controller specifically because I have disability issues, because I've gotten older and I've blown out my tendons over the years from all the work I've done. And then also, as an example, when I ripped my tendon off my finger 2 years ago, now when I play games that have excessive finger pull, I get massive finger fatigue. And as an example, on the PS5 controller, which is behind the desk right now, I turned off haptic feedback, because haptic feedback literally was making my finger to the point where I couldn't pull the trigger anymore. It just hurt so bad to pull the trigger, because it was, I ripped the tendon off that finger 2 years ago. And so I don't have the movement that I had when I was 22 years old, and my tendons were fresh and young and supple. And I'm very happy that games provide me with the option to turn off the haptic feedback, to turn off a certain option, to be able to customize my experience the way I have. A great example would be Destiny 2, which I found this out during my recent playthrough. Needing to have a single fire weapons, but now you can go to the options and make every weapon an automatic fire, so you can just hold the trigger down and it will fire at whatever is the firing rate of that weapon. That is huge for people like me who suffer from injuries related to that. So those are the reasons we want accessibility options in games. Take your challenge, shove it up your ass. That's not what everyone is playing games for. If I want to be challenged, I'll go learn a new language. Right? How many languages do you speak? That's one of those things to me. Like, challenge to me is learning a new skill, learning how to build something, learning how to do plumbing, to build a new structure on the homestead, to, like I said, take actual real world skills and apply them to something in the real world. Playing a video game is very rarely going to be skill related. Learning repetition in button pressing, it is technically a skill, but is it a real world skill? I mean, possibly there are applications for that, but Face to Life says, whatever bro, enjoy your 30 views. Hang on. I got something for that one too, buddy. There you go. Latest collection in the merch shop. Troll tears fuel my retirement. So let's take some of face to face with life's tears. Let's dry our faces with those. Pick up some merch from the merch store, kids, and let's continue to fund my retirement with these crybaby little bitches who come into my chat. Good, noob. Come on, Gramps, learn how to play. I love now the fact that we've been building the merch store up, and I have merch for every need. It's like, oh, you want to bitch about story mode? I play games in story mode. Here's that merch store link. Oh, you want to be a trolly little bitch? Your troll tears fuel my retirement. Here's a shirt for that one. Oh, you want to say that I'm a grandpa gamer? Guess what? Grown-ass man playing video games t-shirt. Coffee mugs. Like, you ain't gonna break me, bitch. I'm old. I don't give a fuck. I make money off you stooges. It's awesome. Good luck with your 30 views. Accessibility. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, kids. So you'd never miss an update like this when we live stream every single morning at about 4:30 a.m. Currently playing Hell Is Us. Thanks to Rogue Factor for the key to this game. Plugging along with this for the next couple of days. We'll be doing the Indiana Jones of the Great Circle DLC on the 4th. Then we've got the Dune Awakening update on the 10th. Borderlands 4, Chronos, Dying Light, whole bunch of games this month. So stick around. We're also doing Enshrouded, a little bit of Lord of the Rings Online. Let me get caught up with the rest of chat, because I know I missed a bunch of stuff in the middle of there. AFK Mars says there are so many games to play. If you play on harder difficulties, it just takes longer to clear each one, so you can't play all the games you want to. Correct. Lou says, how does someone else playing affect you? Exactly, it doesn't. Thaydor says, I'm enjoying the heck out of Enshrouded. It's a good game. Also, Enshrouded is a game that has adjustable difficulty. Just like No Man's Sky, just like Minecraft, you can adjust every little bit of Enshrouded, and that brings more people to the table, which is awesome. Hard games are like accessories for nerds, says Jason with a Y. Yes. Just to say they beat something to show off. Right. Like, and that's for me. The flex for me is not, oh, I beat this game on hard mode. The flex for me is, I speak more languages than you. My shit's paid off. My house is paid off. My property is paid off. I live a debt-free lifestyle. Like, I get to play video games for a living. Those are my flexes. Like, beating a game on hard mode is not a flex. That's not a flex. That's like saying you fap to waifus. That's not a flex, brah. Not a flex. Jared says, digging the old school feel of this game. Nice. It is a good game. $10 on the Flint grind for the Flint. Oh, yeah, there's some cool housing options in Enshrouded for sure. The hunt for twigs, says Lou. You can also set a garden up to grow twigs, Lou. If you that's what I did on my main, is put a garden patch up with shrubs, I think. One of those bushes, because you get twigs from it. Death Croba says, as a Souls vet, the main reason Elden Ring did so well is because it has the most tools to help the player progress they want out of all the Souls titles, aka it is the most accessible type of Souls game. You're not wrong. It's definitely one of those games that allowed people to have a lot of different ways to approach the game. John Kuhn says, yep, I have tendonitis that flares up bad in certain games. Oh yeah, no, I blew out my, this right here, that connects these two fingers. So I squeezed sponges for 20 plus years doing construction, doing ceramic tile, natural stone. And then I've published over 25 million words in print, so that's a lot of writing. Plus I played MMOs for 25 years, and so I've just blown out these. And so now if I type more than like 2,000 words in a day, this whole area goes numb, and I've had it swell up like the size of a grapefruit before. It's gnarly. So I just have learned over the years, I don't do anything to aggravate and I have no grip strength left here. Like there's no grip strength at all in like this half of the palm. And so for me, playing on a controller is great because it avoids that issue, which is awesome. Have I played Hell Is Let Loose? No. Shush, Lou. I like my warlock. Oh, you guys don't have the farmer unlocked yet? On Enshrouded? We'll get there. There's always one in the chat, isn't there, guys? There's always going to be one of those guys who's like, you're playing on easy mode. You're not actually playing the game. Alright. Follow the serpent to begin your ascension. The way will yield to the token of the serpent, which if I just follow the trail all the way down, that's probably what that's referring to. And then I probably could go down into it and run back through it and come out, because it looks like it's going to be a tunnel. So why not? Let's follow that serpent down. We saw some creepy lightning flashes and what looked like an effigy or something back in the woods over there. Oh, see, this is really cool. So remember that violinist back in town? I just found some more music for him. That's cool. That's right, Kato. As a trophy hunter, if the guide in question doesn't mention anything related to difficulty, I will play the game on the easiest difficulty available because why make my playthrough stressful? Yes. Ooh, this is like a water... Oh, shit. Hang on, I gotta stun that and then... Okay. Those are new. Thanks for the resub, Joe. 12 months, 1 year mark on Twitch. Boom, boom. That's a flex. That's an actual flex. 1 year. But damn. Badong. Badonkadonk. This looks like the rest of that UN. A drone module, surge step. Unit attaches to the user's back while deploying its propellers for maximum propulsion, assisting with accelerated tactical evasion maneuvers. Hang on, I think I can slot that because I only have like 3. Oh, so I see. So, like, while it's counting down, it just gives you enhanced movement the whole time that it's counting. So there's no... That's pretty dope. That's cool. That's cool. Borderlands 4 is about to launch. Windsor says, can't believe all the post content with the high stage will definitely get my money's worth. Yeah, I think any game that offers... It's like, here's a fun one that I know is triggering for some people. Like, when you have a game that launches and they have, like, an Ultimate Edition that has, like, DLCs included, and people bitch about it, and they're like, you're locking paid content behind a DLC, and it's like, duh. So like there's this controversy with Vampire Bloodlines Masquerade 2 having a couple of the clans locked behind DLCs, and it's like, dude, have you never played like World of Warcraft or EverQuest 2 or Lord of the Rings Online? Like, game companies have been locking new classes and new races behind DLCs for 25 fucking years. It's not new. There is nothing new about it, and yet this new generation of gamers are like, oh my god, it's corporate greed, they're trying to rip me off. And it's like, no. Those of us who love those games are going to buy the Ultimate Edition, like Borderlands 4, and we're going to get all of this content that we like. And all we're doing is we're pre-purchasing the DLCs. Whereas back in the day, you would wait till the DLC came out and then purchase the DLC. But now, I can pre-order Stalker 2, I could pre-order Space Marine 2, I could pre-order Indiana Jones of the Great Circle, I can pre-order X, Y, or Z games here, have all the DLCs already packaged together, and I'm good to go for the next 2 years. I'm absolutely playing Bloodlines. I can't wait. I've never played the original. Everything I've seen about Bloodlines 2 looks phenomenal. It looks like a cinematic narrative RPG experience that I can't wait to play. Or a cinematic action RPG, action adventure. I don't care. It looks badass. For sure.
Come to finish me off. You coward.
Who are you?
I'd sooner die before I tell you anything. Wait. Wait. Your necklace. Show it to me. Impossible. It's you. Please tell me you're not one of them.
No. I just stole their gear.
It's clever. There's so much to say. But the curtain falls on me, my son.
This is the
My boy,
blacksmith.
stolen from me. I am a vigil, sworn to protect Adea. We failed to stop the calamity, but hope stands before me. Take this. It's called the Keystone of Grief. Promise me. You must continue what we've begun to uncover. Find the journalist. Find Agatha. When you do, use the passcode. Pentos. They won't trust you. Especially dressed like that. I saw them escape into the rocky ridges. To the southwest.
To the southwest.
Towards the old windmill.
Towards the windmill.
I'm sorry. My burden is now yours to carry. Promise me. We'll stop the calamity.
For anyone who was asking what's the story about, this is what the story is about.
I will. Is Agatha my mother?
Your mother is dead.
So we got some answers, but not a lot of answers, and also more questions now. Oh, we get to see more interrogation. Puff, puff, pass.
I read your psyche, Val. The
Might change cameras, give
military
me a second.
officially diagnosed you as being a high-functioning sociopath. I see why you were so successful. Out of curiosity, what's it like to barely feel anything?
Practical. I
Practical.
never second guess. I have no regrets, no fear, no animosity.
Even towards me?
Even you.
Give it time. I tend to bring out the worst in people.
Hey, it sounds like me.
So, can you help me understand something? Your father dies in front of you. Your mother is dead. Why pursue this?
I stared into my father's eyes and saw a man with something I never had.
Purpose.
And what was that?
An undying purpose.
I'm good. I've written a lot of stuff.
I stood in the home I was born in, and it only seemed to fill me with more emptiness. No memories, no feelings. Nothing had changed. In that moment, I felt a connection
To him?
to Hadia.
Interesting. So, where did you go from there?
Keystone of Grief, an ancient sculpture depicting a crying eye, was carved from a strange material obtained from a talus in Vyssa Hills. Oh, a new styling option is available. What is that? Or is this hood down and cap on, hood up and cap on? Yeah. Very cool. Thandar found a glowing sword and edge shrouded. It is, yeah, the glowing weapons are great. Alright, so there's a save point here. So also this is the end of the... So we can actually probably... Hang on, if that's the end of the serpent... Oh, that's not technically the end of the serpent. No, it still keeps going. Oh, there's like a door or something up there. Those are the pills for the soldier. I know where to take those. I know exactly where to take those. Perfect. We might as well take care of this since we're down here. Ah, do his thing. Nice. Oh, wrong ability. This is the end, but I don't have whatever I need to get in here. Nah, neither one of these fits. Oh, you know what? I bet I do know where that Keystone of Grief fits, though. No, I don't. There's been a couple of places. I wonder if it would... I'm not going to remember now. I remember the tower had something I could put in, but I think it might have been some rods. I still haven't found the symbols to unlock the... There were some survivors that we found that I couldn't unlock the door on because they needed like charm things to put in the walls. Guardian. Where I'm going. I just randomly kept following this up here. Oh. Camping of survivors or something? In a mine?
Hi, mister. I'm Dag. I'm from Skell. When the bad men took Mama into the barn, I ran as fast as I could. And then Mrs. Koss found me. She's very nice, but she's sick. I'm watching Nika for her. That's her baby. I wish I could help her. But we dropped all our stuff when the monsters chased us in the tunnel. It was so dark and scary.
So there's stuff in the tunnel.
I don't know if it's the stress, the hunger, or the cold. I feel weak. My heart is beating out of my chest. I need the medication in my suitcase, and I have no idea where it is. What else could possibly go wrong in this hellhole? I'm so tired.
Well, I did find... Nah, this is gonna be for the other guy, I think.
You found my medication?
Oh no, it's for her.
What a relief. I was starting to make peace with Sethras. You've saved my life. Thank you. I can't even fathom what would have become of my poor baby if something happened to me. I just need to rest for a little bit.
Right.
My poor Max. We had to leave in such a hurry, we left him behind.
Who's Max?
I pray to Sethras that those Sabinian cretins...
That's gotta be the dog.
Oh, I should have just set him free. I'll never forgive myself.
That's gotta be the dog back in town.
Albin and I fled from Jova when we heard the Asterian army was approaching.
Problem is, it
We
has
left
that soldier
everything
guarding
behind,
it, and I don't know how to get
even
the
our
soldier to
poor
leave.
dog. Albin is really beside himself about it. We just couldn't risk bringing him along, noisy as he is.
Alright, well I have no idea how to get the dog. Should I go into the creepy cavern? I mean... Oh, I can't. It's blocked off. Alright. Well, random encampment for the win. Alright, towards the windmill, we've been told. Ooh, that's a lot. Hang on. Nope. Get over here. Very much. I lost sight of the windmill. There it is. Alright, I am not gonna go up there yet. Let's move over in this direction. There's a house up there. Oop. Something through here. Ooh, there's a chest. I'll be damned. I don't have the keys for it. So that requires a specific. I've already published my early impressions video, PM. Went out on YouTube yesterday at about 7 o'clock in the morning. Early thoughts on Hell Is Us. Up on YouTube. Alright, well, to get to the windmill, it looks like I do have to go up that road. Oh. We're gonna ignore that critter. Oh, is this the other side of the mine? No, but it's an NPC.
I'm a journalist. Article 79
Agatha?
of the Geneva Convention formally states that journalists are protected under international humanitarian law.
Who are you?
I'm Tanya Elva.
No.
I'm an independent investigative journalist covering the Civil War.
Are you the journalist mentioned in this note?
I have no idea who or what this note
Yeah,
is
this isn't
referring
Agatha.
to. You're barking up the wrong tree.
What if I tell him the passcode?
Vitalis told me the passcode is Pentos. What's your connection to him?
Oh, so we're on the same team then. Vitalis is the source of my story. We met for the first time at the Weeping Knight statue.
This is the journalist.
I don't know much about him. He was taking me to the Vigil headquarters when we got ambushed. It's
¿Quién es?
somewhere in these rocky ridges.
Vas a acostumbrarse de aquí, mi amor. Este es mal. No. Primero vamos a sacarla y después burritos. Está bien. Hang on a second. We got to get a cat out. There's a cat stuck in here that we don't want in here right now. All right.
So you are the journalist mentioned in this note.
Yes, I am. In my defense, you are dressed like the enemy. I was just covering my arse.
Alright. What do you know about their headquarters?
What do you know about their headquarters?
They call it the Watcher's Nest. To get there, Vitalis said we must follow the path with all the tombstones and obelisks just west of here.
Tombstones and obelisks to the west.
Vitalis described the entrance as a doorway etched into solid rock. He mentioned a windmill above it on the cliff. You need 2 keys to open the door. Vitalis gave me one during the ambush. Please, take it. Find Agatha. She has the other one.
So Agatha is the other journalist. Okay, so there's more than one journalist. I think I already have the other one.
Where's Agatha?
We escaped the ambush together and headed into the rocky ridges. The enemy was following us. Agatha and I split up in the path with all the mining carts, and she made sure they followed her. Head back to where the path splits. I went left, and Agatha went right. That was the last time I saw her. I hope she's all right. I won't be joining you. My old injuries are acting up. I will only slow you down. I can see your APC from here. I'll head there and wait for you.
Sounds like a plan. Pretty sure that one's completed. I could have sworn I had another one of these somewhere. Guess I don't. Oh, here it is. This is what I was thinking of. I had a thick candle wrapped in wax paper. Alright, we can save here. Lunatoon just seen your YouTube short / Instagram reel / TikTok thing on Star Wars. Ha! The funny thing about this, I always laugh because, like, my nephew, who I think is 11 now, you son of a bitch, like, his favorite Star Wars is The Last Jedi, which is one of the Disney Star Wars films. That's like his favorite Star Wars film of all time. Why? Because he got to see it in the theater. And so he has an emotional connection to that movie because it was his first time seeing a Star Wars film in a theater setting. I would never, ever, ever want to take that away from him by trying to tell him that Disney Star Wars sucks. Those kind of people can shuffle off this mortal coil. Doesn't matter. I love the George Lucas Star Wars way more than Disney Star Wars. Doesn't matter. It's still Star Wars. I love The Mandalorian. I love Ahsoka. Andor's fucking awesome. I enjoyed The Acolyte. The last Skywalker, whatever the last film they did, Palpatine's back. One of the worst. That's up there with like the Christmas special and the Ewok films from one of the worst Star Wars entries ever. But it's still canon and it's still part of the Star Wars journey. And for some people, that Disney Star Wars trilogy is for, like my little 11-year-old nephew, favorite films. And no one should want to take that away from someone. Just because it's not your favorite film doesn't mean it's not someone else's favorite film. There are just way too many assholes in the world is what it comes down to. Gatekeeping is the worst thing ever. I hate Disney Star Wars, and I'm going to make sure that everyone else hates it. Didn't we just do a YouTube short recently on that, too? About the person who goes into the golf course and yells at everybody, I hate golf, therefore you're not allowed to like golf. Or they go into the movie theater and they yell at the top of their lungs, this movie sucks! I'm going to make sure you all have your experience ruined. How do I get up to that bitch? I bet I have to go around. Alright, this is the path, I think, up that they were just talking about, the obelisks and gravestones. However, there is something right here that I need to go down. I'll be right back. Alright, cats are out. Chris is cooking breakfast. Onwards we go. That is a long-ass ladder. Oh, these are those mining tunnels. Nope. Different set of keys. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Dude, that's the trippiest thing about this game is like, because I think this is something that leads to replayability too for some people. I'm not going to remember half this stuff because I'm not taking notes. So it's like, some people are going to be meticulous. I've seen some people who said they got about 40 hours out of their playthrough and they completed every single mystery and every single, oh, there's something right there. How do we get to it? They got every single mystery, every single good omen thing. I'm definitely not trying to get the completionist version. I've heard that it's probably going to be more like a 20-hour playthrough for me. 20 to 25 hours, we'll see. But I think that it's pretty cool to have a game that does experimentation in this way. Let's do this. Oh, it killed both of them. Damn, that ability is potent. I think ID card. Agatha. Oh no, Agatha died. But I got the other emblem. Well, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that, Agatha. Death from above. This is another drone module. Lifts the user to a dominant altitude that can be leveraged into an aerial assault. Let's check it out. That's kind of cool. There's a lot of back and forth in this game, Joe. Like, a lot. I mean, it's... So, as an example, like, every area has, like, multiple NPCs. So, as an example, I know for a fact I have in my inventory a bottle. Where's it at? This bottle, or these bottles. I found a woman in a catacomb with a baby, and she asked for milk. Okay, that one stands out to me. This, I have no idea where it goes yet. I don't know who needs this. I have no idea where the keys go yet. Like, here's a recipe. Or, excuse me, this is a notebook. But then if, like, the music notes, I know for a fact that goes back to the musician in the village. So, like, some things are easy to remember, but then there's other things where I'm like... I remember meeting a guy when I came into one of the zones who was by a mass grave, and he was crying, saying he needed something to remember his wife and child by before he could bury them. And so then it's like I'm off adventuring, and 4 hours later I find this object, and I'm like, oh wait, I wonder if this is for that guy. I went back as it was a photograph. It was not the photograph. Then I found something later, took it back, and that was the one, you know. But sometimes it's like you have to remember. And also the big one is, I keep finding doors. Like, we just found a door in the mine. We found another door on a chest. Excuse me, we found a locked chest. We found a locked door. There's also these, like, doors that need things to put on them. Like, items that you need to mount to unlock the door. It doesn't mark any of that stuff for you. You just have to remember, you're like, wait a second, I wonder if this charm is going to go... Like, as an example... In the first zone, there's a giant tower, and I remember there was some sort of device at the front of the tower to unlock the door, but I can't remember if it was one of the devices that needs a key, or if it was one of the devices that needs a rod, or if it because the rod doors need 2 or 3 rods. I don't have any rods right now, but I do have a key. So it's like, do I run the risk of that not being the right thing to unlock the door and run all the way back? I can't, there's limited fast travel, so I can fast travel from a save point back to the APC, take the APC to the zone, and then run down. But then it's like, do I even remember how to get to the tower? Is that the right key for that? Like, there's a lot of... Yeah, like, if you're not taking notes... Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine if I was playing this game under the influence, I would probably remember half as less. Oh, thank you, baby. We are moving into the breakfast ASMR section of the stream. Thanks, Chris. Breakfast burritos. Greek yogurt, fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, cheese. Thanks, babe. And she brought me salt. Because she knows I like my stuff a little saltier than she does. Those are some good burritos. My grandniece is pretty good now about good morning in English, breakfast in English. She's learning some key English phrases. Today is her second day of school, of preschool, and she just promised me a minute ago when I went out. Because she cried a little bit yesterday. When we picked her up, so I went with Chris to pick her up yesterday. Dude, there's like 15 kids in preschool, right? They're all like 3 years old. Dude, like all of them. I've never had kids, so we don't have children. So we've never gone through this before. So when Chris was dropping our grannies off, she said it was interesting to notice how, like, of all the kids getting dropped off, it was all the boy children, all the male children were like hysterically crying as they're getting dropped off for school, but none of the girls were crying. But then when we picked them up, almost everyone was crying in that room. Like, all the kids were like, ah! In hysterics, and they see their parents lining up outside in a line outside the window and coming to get them. And of course, then they start crying even harder because my mommy, I want my daddy. And it's normal, you know, kids, there's separation anxiety, and you're with a strange person in a strange room with other strange children for 2 hours, and it's the socialization aspect. That's what they're going through right now. And we were watching from the window in line as we were waiting. There was only like 2 kids that weren't crying. There was 2 little girls. One of them had like those like party things you blow on it and it uncurls. I forget what those are called. And another one was just like dancing. Like, she was just happy to be there. There was 2 kids that were happy. The rest were, and our grandniece was like, she was trying really hard not to cry. She was standing there, like, she was like obviously looking for Chris, but she didn't see us in the window. She kept looking at the door and not at the window. And you could see like one eye had like glistening, and there was a tear that was right in there. She kept doing this. She had a frown on her face, and she kept like, no, I'm not gonna cry. No, I'm not gonna cry. And then as soon as Chris was the one who showed up in the door, she was like, ah! But then as soon as Chris picked her up, she was like, oh my God, school was fun. Ah. But she just told me a minute ago, she's like, I'm not gonna cry today. And I was like, all right, I'll hold you to it. Second day. See how it goes. I won't be helping pick her up today though. I gotta go to, I'm at a doctor's appointment. First time I've seen my physical therapist in 3 months. That is good. Thanks, Ralph. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Sandar. Yep. Chris for the win. Yeah, kids are funny. It was funny, our air conditioner tech guy, the guy who does the maintenance for our air conditioner, his kid is in the same preschool class. So we saw him yesterday. Just as my mom worked at my preschool, so it helped. Yeah, I would imagine. I vaguely remember preschool. I remember the sensation of, you know, being dropped off and feeling scared. One of the most traumatic memories I have of childhood is being dropped off for swim school and learning how to swim. And not being very good at it, obviously, and hating every minute of it. And that has stuck with me into my adult years. Just that sensation of floundering in the water and the other kids who could swim laughing and having fun, and me not having fun. Now, as an adult, I would use that energy to fuel me to become better than everyone else so that I can laugh at them. But as a child, you don't have that, you know, that innate drive. Or at least I didn't have that innate drive as a child. So this burrito mix is ground beef with some of the beans that Chris cooks outside on the wood fire. So it's got that smoky wood flavor to it. Oh man. And if I'm not mistaken, she's got leftover ground beef, which is going to become hamburgers today or tomorrow. We're also blessed so far that our grandniece does not appear to be a picky eater. She's eating everything, no problems. She's definitely like a fruit and veggies kid. She loves every single fruit and veggie she can get her hands on. Yeah, that makes sense, Joe. I remember, I was actually just joking about this with my sister-in-law when I picked up my niece yesterday. I was like, hey, remember swim lessons with your son? Because I was there, I think it was 2017, and my nephew would have been like, I don't know, 3 or 4, and he was going to swim lessons for the first time, and I was there with my sister-in-law, and he was not having it. He was full-on hysterics in the pool, like, full-on body lock when they tried to put him on the slide. Like, he would full-on body lock and like grab the edge of the slide and like, fuck you, I am not going down this. And it was only, you know, like a 2-foot slide, but she and I were sitting in the truck just laughing our asses off at him, just like having a meltdown with the swim teachers. And she has video of it, and to this day, she'll send it to him when he's 11 now, and when he's having like a temper tantrum, she'll send me, she's like, some things never change. Heinrich says, my stress moment was when I had to tame my horse at 8 years old. My grandpa said the secret was going over the river, and the rivers are cold in Iceland. That's legitimate trauma as well. I had a hard time learning how to float. That was my thing. I never learned how to properly, like, float in water, like tread water. To this day, I can't tread water for shit. But I have learned, as an adult, I learned how to float. But I couldn't get it as a kid. I just couldn't calm down enough to properly, like, float in the water. But I'm still not good at treading water. Like, that has never been. I just never... Never got good at it, and I never cared enough to. Never cared enough to learn, and even after we lived for 8 years in Cancun, I just never cared. Let's come back to that lady. And we went to the beach a lot, Chris and I, but I just never cared to get good at, like, I got comfortable swimming in the water, but I never got good at swimming. And I've just never cared to learn because I just don't want to live. I don't care to live on the water. I'm happy not going into the water. Very happy to not do that. This is another door that probably requires a key. So that's the same key that the other one required. And this is, so I actually saw this from over there. So this is just another area where I need some sort of a minor key. Yep. Alright. Well, I can't go anywhere there without some sort of a key from miners. Swimming is never easy to learn. You just forgot how hard it was in the beginning. Probably, yeah. Jaws ruined it for you. I had a very traumatic experience when I was about 13 in a river where I went to, like, it was like a summer camp thing for church kids. And we went to the river to go swimming, and all the other kids like wanted to swim out to this, there was like a rock or something, or I don't know, something that was out there like 50 feet, and they all went, and I wanted to do it too, but I was not a good swimmer, and so I'm out there doggy paddling and not being very good at it, and I totally petered out and went under and sucked in. And I'll never forget that sensation of like going down and my feet touching the bottom, and then my arms were so tired I couldn't like pull myself back up, and I was only probably a few inches under, you know. It wasn't like I was 20 feet down. It was just like my little 13-year-old head was like here and the water was up here, and I sucked in a big old lungful and then panic clawed my way to the surface, and a couple of the church counselors like ran down and pulled me out of the water and like slamming me on the back, and I'm like coughing up water out of my lungs, and dude, it was, I've never liked swimming after that.
Listen, I don't want any trouble. I'm just looking for supplies.
I had a really hard time the first time I ever went scuba diving off the coast of, we were in Greece in Turkey, in Bodrum, Turkey, and we were staying at a resort, and we went scuba diving. And we only went down like, I don't know, 10 meters. It wasn't very far. But the first experience of being submerged with that thing on your face, and your instinct is to like panic breathe, and they're telling you to calm down, calm down. And I eventually calmed down and was able to sort of, mildly enjoy the experience. And I think that was the first time as an adult. I was probably 27 or 28 when I did that. And I think that was the first time as an adult I ever was like, you know what? I think if I did this enough times, I could get used to this and get over my fear of it. But I've never desired to do so because it's like, I have other things I like to do with my life. But I do remember that feeling of like, once I calmed down, going, you know what? I bet if I did this enough times, I wouldn't be afraid of it anymore. And then as you get older, you start listening to other people talk about conquering their fears, and you realize, oh, that is possible to do that. It's possible to get over a phobia with just constant exposure to something. But I've just never been in an environment where I needed to get over it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure if I needed to do that for my day job, I would get over it really quick. Like, really quick. If that was the only way I could make a living, was to, like, go underwater and be a scuba diver or a welder or somebody who worked underwater, I could probably get over that in a week. You know what I mean? But I don't need to, so why? What about log trucks thanks to Final Destination? That's right, Burlak. Exactly that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I don't like the ocean. Like, Chris can go out there and just, like, swim. And she's not afraid of it. And she'll go out there and snorkel. She loves the ocean. Chris loves the ocean. And I'm happy. I'm more than happy to just sit there under the shade and sip mojitos and watch my wife in a bikini. Like, I'm good. You swim, baby. I'll take the Instagram shots. There's too many critters out there that want to nip my bits.
Who are you?
The name's Atticus. I escaped the Medini prison camp when the demons attacked. I should have died there. Looks like Setharus had other plans for me. I joined up with some refugees. We have a camp close by. The path to reach it is behind the giant stone serpent. Head north from here. You should find it. These people need me.
I did find that camp.
They're in bad shape. I'm out here scrounging for supplies. Have you seen the destroyed ON vehicles on the road? They're northeast of the Weeping Knight statue. There's a truck that's still in good shape. If only I could find the keys and get it started, I could take these people to my father's farm in Sinedra.
Okay, I think I met your father.
I think I met your father. He's Ernest Cadell, right?
Yes, he's my father. I'm glad to know he's alive and well. This makes me want to get back home even more.
Did you see a strange door somewhere around here?
I saw a large door carved into the rock. Head back on this path and turn left. Continue on the path, and the door will be on your right. Careful, though. There's a huge demon lurking in front.
Okay, I don't think I have the right keys. But I do have some keys, but I don't think they're the proper keys. Oh, nope, I can't give him any of the keys because they're not the right keys. There's the windmill. He said keep going down the path and you'll see it off to your right. The giant demon. That's right, not today, Davy Jones. Not today. I'll sit here and sip my coladas at the beach, right? That's right. No, it's still alive. Right. That would be the door. And I got the keys to both. Before I open that door though, let me take my plate back to the kitchen and see if there's more coffee. The time traveler door. Joe says, it's like when my niece and I went to Pisa and she wanted to climb the tower. I was like, you go ahead, I'll be at the cafe drinking my beer, watching you forward to the top. Dude, I remember that same, when we went to Pisa, I had no desire to climb. I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. The only reason I even went scuba diving is because it was a big excursion. The girl I was with at the time, her mom had paid for everybody to be there. And it was like 30 family members and everything, and they were all going scuba diving. I was like, well, if everybody's doing it, I'll go. And it was rough. I mean, it was like, you know, you only get one shot. Do things at least once in your life. But climbing the Tower of Pisa, yeah, I'll pass. I don't like heights to begin with, and then like the idea of a tower that's going to fall over at any second. But there's enough good food, good coffee, and good wine in Italy that I'm happy to enjoy Pisa from a distance. Pisa. Pisa. Pisa, Pisa, Pisa. Alright. Oh shit, this is going to be a whole nother puzzle. Look at this. Are those going to be glyphs that I have to gather? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. 4, 8. Oh shit, there's a whole bunch more down in here too. Oh snap, we just found a bunch of cool stuff. Alright, hold that. Hold the phone! Visual members, we must open Panto's coffin today. No more delays. It's directly beneath this floor. Just go through the hole in the wall. The coffin's mechanism appears to be locked by this riddle. Through his name, his title, the symbol of his order, and the date of inception of his order, shall the path be revealed. We solve it, and we proceed to our next phase. Let's finish this. This is Vitalis. His name, his title, the symbol of his order. Oh, that's going to be a whole other puzzle. Alright. Yeah, I have no relevant items for these things. Okay. So these are going to be, I don't know, glyphs or something. Founded 1513. So there's some sort of clue to all this. What do I think of the combat? Early thoughts video is up on YouTube with all of my early thoughts of the game so far. Published yesterday morning at about 7 o'clock after the first stream. Alright, that's that. Then we have 3 more symbols over here with like shields. I haven't found any of this stuff yet. Yeah, what was that movie? You just watched something called The Fall. I haven't seen that one, but what was that movie with I can't remember his name now. He played Robin in the Batman and Robin film, and he did a climbing movie in the 90s where he was like with his sister and dad. And in the early stages of the movie, like, there's other climbers above them. Those climbers fall. They get caught in the fall. The dad cuts his line and dies. And the 2 kids that's like the intro to the movie, and then the two kids grow up and they have a climbing expedition adventure movie, and I remember that being terrifying when I watched it. I can't remember the name of it. I forced myself to watch that kid free solo Yosemite. It was on Netflix a few years ago. That psychopath who free climbed not Yosemite, El Capitan, which is in Yosemite, I believe. That I think it was called Free Solo. I can't remember the name of the movie. That was on Netflix. I forced myself to watch that, and was like the whole time I was sweaty palms and like feeling like I had diarrhea like the whole time. Like I just was like I cannot. And when they do, like when the kid goes in for the brain scans and they're like, oh yeah, there's this part of your brain that normal people have that feels fear. You don't have that. Like your fear receptors are not triggering. And that's how he's able to go up there and do these insane things, because he just has no fear. Like those fear receptors are turned off for him. And so his sense of danger is like, no, I'm fine. I mean, he's like, if I fall, I die, big deal. And it's like, nah, man, that's not how normal people feel. Like, normal people have an aversion to death to the point where if they are afraid of doing something that's deadly, they will avoid doing it. And his brain does not have that. And he's just like, I'm going to go free climb and potentially fall to my death. And it's like, yeah, no. Pass. Vertical Limit is the name of the movie. Thank you very much. That is exactly the movie I was thinking of. Thanks, Mandalorian. Mandalorian. Man, there are things to slot all around the place in here. And I have no relevant items to go anywhere. It's acting like there's an object for me to pick. Oh, that's just a flashlight. Never mind. I just looked at it and realized it was one of those handheld lanterns. Order of the Eye, Full Guard, Vigil 1512, 1513. Stop. Vitalis, stop sketching on the whiteboard. You can't draw. Alright, that's a recorder. That's another recorder. Oh, there's... Dude. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Okay, there's a computer. Worn by General Pentos LJF, first of the Vigil. I want one of those cloaks, man. Alright, let's listen to the recorders.
The Umal Caves expeditions yielded two significant revelations. Confirmation that the calamity is real, and the existence of a plan to stop it, the so-called failsafe. We know nothing of this failsafe, nor of the artifact we recovered. All of these tomes, and not a shred of information. Whatever machinations the Full Guard of old had in mind, they were intent on keeping it a secret. I fear it is now lost in the folds of history. It seems to me the artifact may be part of a larger mechanism. Perhaps it is a key of sorts. Does it open another tomb or vault? Are there more such keys? It is clear to me that this artifact, this keystone, is a critical piece of the failsafe enigma. We must continue to pull at this thread until the truth reveals itself.
Alex, something like that. Yeah, I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. Discoveries we came upon in the Emo Caves are nothing short of astounding. How those discoveries led us here is truly fortuitous. The demon is adamant about bringing this dusty old cave into the modern age. There are several lifetimes worth of scrolls and manuscripts stored here, and a more efficient method of record keeping will be of great value. Wall grooves, wooden shields. There are 8 flower-shaped grooves in the entrance hall, each accompanied by a symbol displayed prominently on a wooden shield. They are part of a set. 3 flower-shaped grooves in the corner for the metal shields. Each is overlooked by a metallic aegis. Of those well-preserved coats of arms, I can only recognize our own, that of the Vigil. Grooves on both sides of the armor rack are meaningless. We're done wasting time in them. It is likely the grooves flanking the old banner are part of the solution. Decipher dates for each on the side of the whiteboard. There's a rudimentary translation key for an ancient language. Through it, we noticed that this place was called the Watcher's Nest. More importantly, we have translated the text accompanying the 4 flower-shaped grooves in the alcoves. Alcedo, Algea, Dio, and Rosa. We discovered these are the names of the last full guard generals, the so-called Wardens of the Eye. What is the significance of their inscription here? Every stone uncovered spawns more questions. Generators failed after the earthquake, thrust into darkness, creating a precision break line. A section of the wall crumbled, revealing a hidden burial chamber which we believe to be the tomb of Pentos Algea, the founder of the Vigil. The chamber is a treasure trove of revelations. Along with the sarcophagus, ornate illustrations adorn the walls. Once the rubble is cleared, we will hoist Gildas down into the chamber that he can begin to translate. Well, I don't see Gildas anywhere. 4 tokens, 4 distinct sets of grooves. I believe this mystery must be linked to Algea somehow. Perhaps the grooves represent his life, his accomplishments. Okay.
The revelation that we may have a traitor in our ranks weighs heavily on me. Our vows are sacrosanct. How could one betray the Order at a moment such as this? I harbor a growing suspicion, an insidious notion that is slowly taking root. Harrowing, if accurate. It chills me to the bone. I cannot inform the others until I have arrived at certainty without doubt. The risk of exposure is too great. What would she possibly have to gain?
She?
I pray that I am mistaken. The consequences would be disastrous. Likely the end of the Vigil as we know it.
I wonder if this refers to my mother, because there was a rift between them. I wonder if she was the traitor.
The tomes scattered around this hallowed ground speak of Pentos Algea, the first of the Watchers. It was Pentos who recognized that the Calamity would always remain a threat. From the ashes of the derelict Full Guard, he forged a new order to carry on our sacred charge. His foresight and tenacity are the reason the Vigil still exists today. There must be a reason he chose to conceal the existence of the failsafe and the keystone. Truly extraordinary that we should stumble upon his tomb after all these years. I pray it contains the answers we seek.
Huh. Don't have the codes for that one. I wish I could, like, zoom in and see what is being written here, but I can't. I love the air conditioner unit. Into the tomb we go. So many puzzles and things to, like, my goodness. Okay, let's just start by... Left, Warden of Rage, right, Warden of Loathing. Grief and Amazement. Ordained the new Warden of Grief, 1501. Doorway of the Dark Forest of the South. Oh, I would, yeah, Joe, a game like this with zero combat would be pretty freaking awesome. Like, just story, exploration, clue gathering. Didn't we play... I know we played something this year that had no combat. It was just a puzzle game. I can't remember which one it was. I would have to go back and look at the playlist now. A blue tinted ceramic token. Nothing happens. They mentioned finding 4 of those ceramic things, but I don't know where they would be now because I only have the 1. But then there's like, where do we put them? Because they, you know. Oh no, it says that I have 4. But the question is, where do I put them? Because they're all the same symbols, right? Ha! Fuck, man. I have no clue. Let's do a manual save, by the way. Name, title. Those are 4 things, and I have 4. Let me write this down. Name, title, symbol, date of inception. Okay. I know where I can see 2 of those. I know I've seen where the date is, and I know I've seen the symbol. I haven't found... I did a first impressions of Banishers a month ago, because it was on PS Plus. I mean, it was intriguing, and I said that if it's something if I had time to play it, I would. But where do I slot it remains to be known. Date of inception 1513. Okay. So there is a first impressions video on my on YouTube. This is. I gotta go look at my investigations because I don't remember which is the symbol of the order. No. That's the symbol of the vigil. That right there. So I'm pretty sure I could place one here. Because that's the symbol of the order. Okay. I don't know where I would place anything there yet. There's probably a clue. I don't know what these are because I don't see. Rosa. Dio. Oh, I wonder if their symbol was... Yeah, but... Yeah, maybe it was the Order of the Eye? Oh, hang on, hang on. It's telling me right here which one. To the right of the banner is the 1513. So it would be this one, is the inception date one. I may be wrong on the symbol of the order. Because I'm thinking the symbol of our order is the symbol of the vigil. But weren't they formed from the Full Guard? I only recognize our own, that of the vigil. Okay, yeah. It's Algea. Because Algea is his name. Hang on, I gotta go find Algea. Nope. It's this one. That's the name. That's the symbol. That's the order. I just need the title, which I think might be down in the burial tomb. I don't know if it could be one of these. I could swear there was something down in the tomb. I may be wrong on the order, though, is the thing. Because it might be the order of the eye. Because ours is the order of the vigil. I'm pretty sure. This will be the one I'm not sure about. Pentos, Warden of Grief. In 1501. Warden of Grief. Grief. Ordained the Warden of Grief. So we gotta go all the way back out to the grief symbol. Hang on, where am I? Oh, I probably should have seen the look of this. I didn't see. Hang on, I gotta go back down. That tomb, the shields were showing me the names and the symbols. I didn't see that. Yeah, Banishers is like kind of like God of War combat, and then storyline stuff, like investigation stuff. No, it's Warden of Grief. Grief. I'm actually drawing in a notebook right now, which I haven't done in a very long time. Okay. So I'm looking for that one right there. That is the grief symbol. That was it. Something just opened or clicked. So I think I was correct on the order of the vigil for the moment. Let's do a quick save really quick. I heard something. I don't know if that was correct. I don't know what just opened. I'm assuming it's down in the grave. I wasn't sure if it was going to be the order of the eye maybe, but I heard something groaning, like grumbling, rocks sliding away. Can I pull this lever? Oops. Ha 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 ha! I have made fire! The mark of the betrayed, the Avenger's essence, retaliate with tremendous fury, increasing damage dealt after parrying. That's cool. I want to take a moment right here and give a shout out to the world building and level design teams for this game. Because that right there was a super fun puzzle segment, right? Like there's been some other puzzles, but that's the first one where I felt like we're putting in significant, 10, 15 minutes, however that was, of, okay, this leads to this does this, I got to run back up. Okay, so, and I actually was like taking notes and like drawing the symbol down and like running back and forth. Like that I felt like, I said this about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Like, good puzzles deserve to be celebrated. So, shout out to the Rogue Factor team for some really compelling story design, level design, puzzle design. That felt good to figure that out. Yeah, the dopamine hit from puzzles. It's good. So good. Oh, we also got something else. An old scroll written in an ancient language. Elaborate illustrations adorn the page and feature a blue flower. Shows a key being used on a pillar. So this one right here around the pool of water, I know exactly what that is. That's one of those, we did one of those earlier. That was one of those resonating stones where you run around and hit the stones and they glow, and you have to figure out the right order to push them in. So this is showing us multiple, it's showing us a blue flower, a pool of water surrounded by blue flowers with what looks like some of those melee stones that you have to hit, and then a pillar that you need a key for, and it just shows us like it's pointing to the middle. Oh, the plot thickens. Ooh, we're getting a cutscene.
That's interesting.
Oh, she's watching.
I made it back to your APC and figured out how to access your glowing controls.
Oh, great.
Bring back that scroll you just picked up. I found something in the APC that can help us.
The plot thickens. Ew. That's it. You're not wrong, Joe. There's a fine line between like good puzzles and ones. I just heard a toilet flushing and somebody coughing. We're not alone. Is this Gildas?
Funny. I've never seen you before. No matter. I can see your credentials hanging from your neck. Welcome to the Watcher's Nest.
Who are you?
My name is Gildas Brom. I am the oldest member of the Vigil. Ever since I lost the use of my legs, I've been the caretaker of relics and other useful items.
Okay.
We have accumulated quite a collection. These items are precious and will undoubtedly help you fight the creatures.
Anything else you can tell me about the Watcher's Nest?
Initially, the Watcher's Nest was a barracks for the Foal Guards, our ancestral order. Their blue-flowered crest is carved on the walls. The Foal Guard abandoned it, but Pentos Algier, the founder of the Vigil, reclaimed it years later. He made it a secret stronghold to coordinate the Vigil's efforts. Today, it is a beacon, a marker left behind for future generations. Pentos was put to rest here, but we only recently discovered his tomb in the crypt below. Although we haven't been able to open his coffin yet, we are confident there are more answers inside.
I opened it.
Can you tell me more about the Keystone of Grief?
If you have the keystone, this can only mean one thing. Vitalis is no more. This is a somber day for the Vigil. He was the best of us. Unfortunately, there is no time to mourn him. I will honor his memory later. As for the artifact, we only have theories, some of which you can find in notes and journals strewn across the tables and desks. The keystone of grief was found in the Umal caves, leading us to the Watcher's Nest. Whatever the keystone is, I believe some answers can be found in Pentos's coffin. If only we can figure out a way to open the damn thing.
What are other duties a vigil must perform?
I'm sure you are aware that nothing is free in this world. As a vigil, you swore an oath to prevent the calamity and protect the people of Hadia. By performing good deeds for Hadians, you can acquire some relics and items. You may have noticed that the creature, despite being slain, returns after a certain time.
Oh no, I did not notice that. I hadn't seen any respawns yet.
That's because you haven't shut down their time loop. You need to kill the Guardians first, and only then can you enter the time loop to shut it down.
Oh, so mobs... I haven't seen mobs respawn. But that's interesting to know that they can, and the only way to shut it down is to kill all the Guardians and then enter the time loop.
We must shut down all the time loops. I know, it seems like an impossible task given the brutality of the Civil War. Take this. It will help you detect the Guardians that are protecting each time loop.
That's cool. So now I'll be able to actually track them down instead of running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to figure it out. Guardian detector. It always seems to point to the nearest Guardian, time loop Guardian. All right.
This was in Pentos's coffin. What do you make of it?
This is what you found. That isn't very reassuring. More riddles. The scroll must be the key to solving the enigma. I recognize the old Hadian language. It died out centuries ago. It would be best to find someone who can translate it.
Okay. Well, I'll be working on that shortly.
Where do these necklaces come from?
The necklaces we carry today belong to the Foal Guards. We found them in old tombs and ruins. Crafting these necklaces is a lost art. Many have tried unlocking the secrets of forging one, but every attempt has failed. They are precious and rare, which is why each member of the Vigil passes the necklace to their next of kin.
What do you know about these weapons?
Consider what our smiths need to forge our weapons. It makes you think, doesn't it? Now that's a chicken and the egg mystery if I ever saw one.
Makes sense.
Think about it. You can't slay the creatures without our weapons. The material to forge them comes from the creature's corpse. How did they do it?
That's good.
What are time loops, and how do I shut them down?
They ensnare moments in time, events charged with extreme violence, and curse those trapped inside to relive the moment over and over again.
Interesting.
Now, how to shut it down? Once inside, you must bring an Ammon prism to the center of the time loop. The center is deadly to humans, so the Foal Guards trained owls to carry the Ammon prism. Ammon prisms are extremely rare. This is the only one I have left. Please take it. Perhaps your flying gadget can carry it to the center for you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Remember, when you close a time loop, come back and see me to claim your reward.
Okay.
There must be thousands. Roll up your sleeves. You have a lot of work ahead of you.
Okay, old man. There better not be thousands. Oh, a series of notes. concerning the functioning of time loops.
How do I perform good deeds?
It's simple. Help our people. Hadeans are a proud bunch. They won't ask for your help directly, so pay attention to what they say.
Yeah, well, I've helped some people, and it says there may be a reward coming, but they don't say how to get the reward.
The more you help our fellow Hadeans, the more relics and items you can acquire. Now, you're asking yourself, how can this old kook know if I'm helping people? Oh, I can tell. It's in your eyes, boy. The eyes have much to say.
There it is.
If one knows how to look. Whenever you accomplish a good deed, come back and talk to me to claim your reward.
Okay, so now I'm curious what the rewards are for good deeds, because I have done some good deeds.
Have I helped enough Hadeans?
Good. I'm glad you went out of your way for Hadia.
So this is how we're going to get glyphs. That's interesting. Cool. Well, I've learned a whole bunch now. I still don't have the code to get into the computer. I wonder if he'll tell me the code.
Remember, whenever you accomplish...
Yep. Yeah, I don't see anything about a code yet with him. So that one might be a lesson in, like, deciphering additional notes or things. I don't know that I've seen anything that would directly give me the combo to that computer. But that's a good place for me to manually save and wrap up the morning stream, everybody. I am going to go about getting some video editing done and take my niece to school with Chris. New schedule for the current season that we're in. I'm doing a few hours in the morning right now. We're coming back around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, about 12 hours from our start time. So we start about 4:30 to 5 in the morning, and I'm coming back about 4:30 to 5 in the afternoon, doing 3 or 4 hours in the morning, coming back and doing another 3 or 4 hours in the evening, splitting my streams into 2 that way. So hopefully we'll see you back this evening for round 2. We're going to be continuing with Hell Is Us for the next couple of days as the sole game that we're playing. And then on Thursday, the 4th, we will be adding Indiana Jones The Great Circle DLC to the mix. And I think on the 4th, there's 2 events that are happening on the 4th that I want to take a look at. I don't think we're going to cover the live streams because it just depends on the day. Sony has a 30-minute gameplay reveal for the upcoming James Bond game. Can't wait to take a look at that. That's happening on the 4th. And then also Dune Awakening has a live stream, a developer live stream talking about the upcoming Chapter 2, also happening on the 4th. So I don't know that I'll be able to live stream those. I might live stream those. We'll just see because I think the schedule for those 2 overlaps. But just stay tuned for that. Today I'm going to be out of the office because I'm going to see my physical therapist for the first time in a few months and see what he says. But I'll be back again this afternoon, so I'll see everybody there. Don't forget, everything in between happens over on YouTube. So if you're watching on Twitch right now, get over to YouTube and sub. Thanks for the resubs. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the memberships on YouTube. And some of you have been purchasing. We've actually had quite a bit of merch sold over the past couple of weeks since I opened up the merch store. So appreciate it, everybody. I will be doing a bulk order next week, I think, for some gear for myself because I've been waiting until I get like 6 of the campaigns uploaded. And then I'm just going to order like 5 or 6 t-shirts and a few coffee mugs and spend a couple $100 on my own merch. Because I want the story mode stuff and troll tiers and the T6 Alpha Male, which we're going to launch next week. My wife is a paid actress. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff. So see you guys next time. Catch you all in the afternoon. Have a great day until then. Peace.